everybody. Good morning. I have missed you guys. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to upload a video for you all yesterday. We had tons of technical difficulties. It is amazing what you will learn how to do when you have to. But I think I've got everything straightened out. Let's pray and hope that this works, okay? So anyway, let's go ahead and start off today with joke time. This one, Matthew told me while we were on our Zoom the last week. What kind of joke do you tell during quarantine? An inside joke. I loved it. Get it? You have to stay inside. Anyway, all right, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into math. And like I said, I'm hoping that this works and we can get this uploaded on YouTube for you guys today, okay? So anyway, today we are going to be learning some more about our 3D shapes. We're going to be on page 712. 712 in your math book. Of course, you need everything that you normally do. And again, I'm sporting one of my husband's shirts because it's superhero week, so I thought I would represent the fire department this week. Okay, guys, on 712, they're talking about a 3D shape, and this is a 3D shape. It is a rectangular prism. It's my eraser. Okay, so today you're going to learn 3 different things about this 3D shape. Okay, one is called a face. A face is the flat part. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces, flat parts. An edge are all the lines that put it together. So all of these are edges, the lines that put it together. And the last thing is called a vertex. And you know how it starts with a V and a V has a point? All the points are vertices. Vertex, that's the vertex. Okay, so on page 712, guys, we're going to count the faces, edges, and vertices. Okay, so on number 1 on page 712, we have a rectangular prism. Okay, so let's start with the faces. I just counted them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 faces. So I'm gonna put a number 6 right there. Our edges, guys, it might be a little clearer to see on here, okay? Even those dotted lines are the edges. So it's just trying to make a 3D shape look like it's popping out at you, okay? So let's go ahead and I'm gonna color those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if you trace over them, you get 12. So I'm going to put 12 on the edges. And remember that V has a point for vertex or vertices. Vertices is the more than one, okay? So I'm gonna circle them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So we have 8 vertices. And I'll show you a little bit closer up what I did. See that? Okay, guys, what we're going to do on the next one, it's a cube. So it's a lot like this, but it's a cube. So let's go ahead and count the faces. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like you have on your rectangular prism. I'm gonna try to write upside down. Checking my skills today. Now, remember, you trace over your edges, or the lines that make up the cube to get how many you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got 12 again. Over here, we have vertices, the V, the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they are the same. So what I notice now, as far as the faces, edges, and vertices go, the cube and the rectangular prism are the same. Okay, guys, we're going to skip over page 713, okay? Because it's kind of just, if you want to go and learn how to do that, that's awesome. It's kind of teaching you how to make a cube on paper. So if you want to go back and look at that so you can figure out how to make a cube on paper, awesome. But go ahead and turn with me to page 714, okay? Now, we talked about this a little bit on Monday before I got cut off. There are different shapes that make up a 3D shape. So, for example, on a rectangular prism, the front face and the bottom face are rectangles. On a cube, I'm going to try to make that into a square. We have squares, right? So we have different shapes that come in together to make a 3D shape. So if you look on page 714, we have to label which one are the edges, faces, and vertex. And we also have to combine shapes to make a 3D shape. So on number 5, all of these squares together, what kind of shape do you think that you could make? A cylinder, which is like a can of soup, a cube, a sphere, or a cone? Which one of those do you think that you would make? A cube. A cube has squares as all of its faces. So down here, guys, here's a diagram, and it has arrows pointing to different areas of this cube, and we have to label them. Well, this first one is talking about that flat part. Do you remember what the flat part is called? An edge, a face, or a vertex? Face. Very good. So the first one on top would be a face. Now the second one is pointing to the line that makes up the cube. Is it an edge, a face, or a vertex? Edge. Very good. Edge. I know you guys said it at home. And the last but not least, it's pointing to the corner. Remember, we talked about the V for vertex. Vertex. Now, down at the bottom, it says describe the faces of a cube. Now, how would we describe that, guys? Is it bumpy or is it smooth and flat? It's smooth and flat. So all of the faces are flat and they are the same, aren't they? They're all squares because it's a cube. So I'm going to put all of the faces are flat squares. Just like that. All of the faces on that cube are flat and they're squared. Okay, guys, what I want you to do on your own today is you're going to do 715 and then the back 716. So it gives you the 3D shape and you have to circle which one do you think you could, which set of blocks do you think you could use to make that 3D shape? Okay, and on the back, it's your review page. Okay, so do those 2 pages on your own. So if you want to pause right now and get that done, you sure can. And if not, just come along with me and get your flimsy book ready. Flimsy book. Luna's here with me, as always. I heard her go, like, really, Mom? Okay, guys, we are going to be on page 70 and 71 in your flimsy book, okay? So this week we're learning all about the OR sound, and it looks like it's going to give you some clues as to what they mean. It gives you the meaning, and we've got to pick which word that is, okay? It says write the basic words, so we're just using the basic 1 through 12. Number 1. And again, guys, if you want to pause me and go ahead and do it on your own, you can, and then just come back and check it with me, or we can do it together, okay? Number 1, a place where you buy things. Where do you go to buy things at? A store. Number 5, store. Number 2, the opposite of tall. What Miss Jones is. I am not tall, I am short. So that looks like it's number 9, so I'm going to go ahead and circle that because I've already used it. Now, guys, what do we call the early hours of the day? You get up in the morning. Number 7, morning. Number 4, a food. Oh, it even gives you a picture, and that's a picture of corn. Number 5. Oh, I didn't circle corn, did I? Okay. Number 5, something you blow. What do you think? A horn. Number 1, horn. And number 6 is a land near water. What do we call that? You're standing on the sea shore. Number 8. Now, down at the bottom, we have blanks. So we're trying to complete the sentence. Let me show you my top part first. So if you need a second to check, go for it. Like I said, you can always pause just whenever, and I'll be here when you push play. Number 7, do not blank your homework. Do not forget. Do not forget your homework. Number 8, I was blank on the 4th of July. So if it's your birthday, that means you were born. Number 10, born. I was born. Anybody out there born on the 4th of July? Number 9, please read me what could you read? A story, yes. I know you guys are killing this. Number 10, I use a blank to eat. We use a fork. Good job. Got to use those O-R words and O-R-E. Number 11, Alan blanked his jacket when he fell. Oh, poor Alan. So we have 2 left in our basic words, score or tore. What do you think he did? Tore. Last but not least, let's make sure that it makes sense. We won by a blank of 3-2. I think score fits there. So guys, I'm going to show you my work again, in case you need a moment to check yours with mine. See how you did. All right. Guys, we're going to go to page 71 real quick. It says, we've been learning about those commas, right? And when we have 3 or more things, we have to separate them by commas. So let's figure out which one of these sentences are correct, okay? And then down at the bottom, we've got to put our commas in there. Number 1, Super Cat visits the park, school, and playground. So which one is correct? We've got Super Cat visits the park, comma, school, comma, and. Have you ever been to a place called and? I haven't either. So let's see the next one. Super Cat visits the park, comma, school, comma, and playground. Well, let's make sure the last one doesn't make sense. Now this says super cat, comma, visits the, comma. That looks all messed up, right? So we need the middle one. So I'm going to go ahead and underline it because it has park, comma, school, comma, and playground. So you only need 2 commas when you have 3 things. Number 2. She saves a butterfly, comma, worm, comma, and ladybug. Let's make sure the other 2 don't sound right. She saves a, comma. She saves a butterfly, comma, worm, and ladybug. We need 2, right? So that first option is correct. Number 3. Mama, Papa, and baby cat are happy. So we have 3 people, 2 commas. Mama, Papa, Mama, Papa, Mama, Papa. I've never heard anybody called a Mama, Papa. Let's go to the next one. Mama, comma, Papa, and baby. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody called Papa and baby. Mama, comma, Mama, comma, I'm saying it. Papa, comma, and baby cat are happy. So that one would be the last one. Now, let's look at number 4 at the bottom. We have to put our own in, okay? The penguins waddle, jump, and slide. So what did they do? Waddle, jump, and slide. So I know if I have 3 things, I need 2 commas. The penguins waddle, comma, jump, comma, and slide. Number 5, they dive, splash, and swim. Dive, splash, swim. So those are 3 things, 2 commas. They dive, comma, splash, comma, and swim. People watch, point, and smile. Watch, point, smile. 3 things, 2 commas. People watch, comma, point, comma, and smile. So you can see a little bit better. Great job, kiddos. Okay, guys, if you are finished with that, put your flimsy book away. Let's get out our hardback reader. Open up. I love this story, Dex. It's one of my favorites. Super dog. Alrighty. So today, for your reading assignment, what you're gonna do after you read your story, you can even wear your superhero gear. At the end of your story, guys, on page 192, we're doing that classroom conversation question. You can do it on your whiteboard, you can do it in your journal, on a piece of paper, whatever you want to do, okay? So number 1, how does Dex and Clevis's friendship change from the beginning to the end of the story? So to me, that takes 2 sentences, okay? Or 1 big combined sentence, but make sure it's not a run-on. Okay, and when you start your sentence, you have a proper noun, so it has to be capitalized and always end with punctuation. I would do 2 sentences. At the beginning, Dex and Clevis, how did they get along? Did they get along? What did Clevis do to Dex? Maybe it wasn't very nice. And then your second sentence, at the end, Dex and Clevis, and tell me how they treated each other or if they got along then. So tell me how they were at the beginning of the story and how it changed at the end of the story. Okay, so that is your classroom conversation right for today. I can't wait to read your answers. So just upload those. Keep uploading your work. You guys are doing a fabulous job. I can't wait to Zoom with everybody again on Friday at 3:30. So be sure to tune in then. And guys, I will see you again tomorrow. So guys, have a wonderful day. Me and Luna love you and miss you. Mwah. Bye.